GirlScript Fatorda. I am Tejasvi Mangale and I, along with my colleague Sarvesh Mohammed, we lead the GirlScript Fatorda chapter. Some of you all must be already knowing about GirlScript Foundation, but for those who don't, GirlScript is a section in non-profit company which is registered under the Government of India, and it is India's first and biggest Indian origin tech community. GirlScript is open for everyone, like irrespective of the gender, age, caste. Like it just aims to support the beginners in technology and create opportunities for the youth. You can know more about the foundation and the opportunities at the website like www.girlscript.tech. I'll put the link in the chat section in some time. So yeah, moving forward to our session, the topic for today is Game-a-tion, an intro into the world of game development. Video game is something which we all love to play, right? Like because like video games provide us with fun, recreation, escape, adventure, and the fantasy of being powerful. So many of us have even wondered like how one of our favorite games are created, or even dream of becoming a game developer just for the love of video games. So today we have with us Vandana Sharma, who is a self-employed game developer. She has done her M.Sc in computer games from the University of Essex. She is a proactive, creative, and a responsible person who is always up for new challenges in game development. So let's join Vandana and explore this field and its wonders from scratch. Vandana, you can take over from there.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you, GirlScript, for giving me this opportunity. Also, thank you to all of you for joining this session. I'm Vandana Sharma, and I have done my master's in computer games from University of Essex in UK, and I have done my master's in animation and visual graphics from M.Sc University, Haryana in India. And currently, I'm working as a freelancer game developer and designer, and soon I'm going to start my own small business for. You can say a small company for game development and design. And about this, I will tell you at the end of the session. Okay, so let's start the session first. I hope you all can see my screen. So, yeah. So today we are going to talk about the game design and the development. Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell you why game design and development. Because if we think like we know the programming and we would like to make a game and we will make a game, so it's not like completely true. There are some factors which we need from the game design, means except the game development or except knowing about the programming, we need something else also to complete the game. So that's why I will tell you what is the difference between game design and the development and why it is necessary and how it is used. Okay, so moving to our first topic, that is there are different types of video games which we can call as video game genres. Okay, so first we'll talk about the video game genres. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, so I'll tell you some of the video game genres. There's like we would have played some action games. For example, its most popular game, that is the GTA series. So those type of games are called action games, and some action adventure games like Tomb Raider, adventure games like Broken Sword, role playing games, and some simulation games like any car simulation or flight simulation or other simulations. Strategic games like Civilization, sports game, we all know, like cricket, basketball, golf, etc. And puzzle games like games which include some logics, where we have to use our brain to solve some logic, and we will complete the task. For example, we all know that about the question answer games are also called puzzle games, or if you have some riddles you have to solve, those are also called puzzle games. Okay, so even there are more different kind of games. So these are the basic games. And next, I will tell you about video game design and development. So here we will discuss about the difference between these two. So first of all, I will tell you like why game design is important. If we know just the programming, in the programming, what we can do is we can make object move from here and there. We can make the object or a character to do some task. But to make those tasks look like a game, we need game design. Actually, what does game design mean? Game design is an art of applying designs and principle to create a game. It's like some principle, like we can call it as like, if we have a game, what we want, if we have a program and we want it to create a game, what exactly we want? We want players, our players means our audience, to feel the emotion in the game. Okay, then only it will become a proper game. So for example, if you play some game, if you win the game, you will feel happy, like okay, I won something. If you lose, you will feel sad. So these are the emotions. If those emotions are missing from your game, then it's not a game. It's just like another program. There you are just moving the objects and doing some tasks. There is no sense of game. Game become addictive when you have some elements in that is feeling, expression. Okay, people feel joy or sorrow according to the task they perform. Okay, so here I divided the video game development in some sections, which defines that video game is not about just the development or the programming. It includes other parts. First is art and animation, other is design and then development. So when we talk about art and animation, so art and animation can be like a 2D art or the 3D art, anything that can be 2D or 3D. Okay, so if you are aware of some 2D software, 2D design software, then you know that we can design 2D arts in Photoshop, Illustrator, or CorelDRAW, and Procreate for Apple, and etc. Similarly, 3D design, also called 3D modeling, and 3D modeling can be done using 3ds Max and 3ds Maya. These are the softwares, and Cinema 4D, Blender, etc. Okay, so now about character art. So what is character art? In the game, you know, like there are so many things. So one is the character, the players or the non-playing characters. So the players of the game, for example, it's a stick man, okay, and I'm using this stick man in my game to perform some tasks. So this is my character, and this is my 2D character, okay. And if I draw something in 3D using 3D software, those are 3D character. For example, this is a 3D character. These are three different 3D characters, okay. So this is called character art. Now next is environment art. What is environment in the game? So environment is something which is where our character move around. Okay. For example, this is our, just imagine this is our game screen. Okay. So now I have this character in my game. Okay. He has to do something, but what is environment? Now I created a ground. This is a ground. I created one tree. I created something like a house. Okay, or there's a mountain behind the house. So all these things, except this character, all these things are environment. So if I draw again, if I draw everything in the 2D software using 2D software, then it is a 2D art. Or if I model them, like putting the 3D objects, means I create environment using 3D object, then it's a 3D art. For example, here this is a 3D art environment, 3D environment art, where we have 3D trees, rocks, and ground and the water. These are 3D environment. 3D environment is required uh, to feel that where our player is moving. Okay, so basically it is a place in our game where we want to show that our player is moving in that area. Okay, now next is asset art. Actually, everything, whatever we use in a game is called asset. But particularly to create assets, particularly here, I will define asset like little different from all this. So again, if we have our, this is our screen again. Okay, now we have something, just a second. Okay, now this was our character. Now I created one enemy. Again, enemy is character art, okay, because it's a non-playing character. So now for asset art, we have two enemies. Now our game is like we want these two players to fight with each other. So now I created one sword for each. And my aim of my game is to get one coin. Okay, so in this game, this sword and this sword and the coin, these are assets. Something which is not in the environment as well as not the character, or everything else is asset. Okay, for example, these lamp and some stones, books, keys, everything is an asset. Okay, these all are 2D asset. We can design again using 3D software, anything that is called 3D assets. Okay, now animation. If we want our game to look really good, okay, so we need animations. Like, even we can create without animation, like these two objects are moving, normally moving from here to there, but if we make them walk like a human, then it will give like too much, it will be too much appealing to the audience. So animation create a next level interaction for you with your audience. So similarly, like we have 3D models and 2D models. So similarly, we have 3D animation and 2D animation. And there are different software we use for animation. Okay, next we'll talk about the design. So why, again, the same topic, why design? Why we can't just create our game with, if you know the programming. Okay, so what is actually designing? So now we saw we have two characters. Okay. Now I decided like, okay, I have a character. I'll make an player. I will make an enemy, and I will get a coin. My game will be to get a coin. Okay, this is what I decided. But to make it a game, I need some rules and regulation. Okay, I need to make it interesting for someone. Why first people will play my game just to get this coin? No, you have to create the interest in the game. So what I decided, that these, I have these two characters, I will make them fight like a boxing. I will make them boxing each other, and I will create like rules, like whoever, there will be a time when my game will start, whoever hit more time, like more punches within this 30 seconds, will won the coin. So these are the rules. I created some rules. So this is called game design. And why game design is important? Now, if you decide to create some game, okay, now you said like, I want my character from move from here to there. Now, to decide if you don't have knowledge, like whether it is possible to do, whether it is possible for us to create this player move from here to there or not, then it can create a problem while developing. And when you started developing, you started creating your game, and then you found there is a problem. I can't do this because it will look odd. Then again, you have to go back and check your whole game and create more rules. So that is too complicated and time taking, and possibly you have to change almost whole your game. So that's why game design is important. First, you need to design your game, decide the rule, regulation, and everything for the game. And this is how my game is going to work. This is what you have to decide. This player should move from here to there within this time. That's why this will affect to other things. Okay. All when you decide everything, then you decide that this is how my character should look. Then character artists and environment artists, all the artists will design the character environment according to your design, and then your programmers will create or will make those characters and everything work. Okay, that's why game design is very important. Okay, now moving to the UI design. What is UI design? UI design is like, now we have this coin, we had this characters. Now I want how my game is going to start. So I created one button, like my game should start whenever we press this button. Okay, and I want to pause my game, so I created one more button. I want one more button to pause the game. I have this place where I can show my timer. Okay, and I have this one more button over here where I will tap to make the punch. Okay, so these designs are UI designs where you will make your buttons and text and everything. And if I want like player first won, or if you are the only player, if you won or lose, so you want some text over here to show that you won or lose. Okay, so all these are UIs. And why UI is important now? Look, these are the two examples of UI. First example is where you have very less buttons, but they look nice. Okay, and this is a good design example, good UI design example. Why? Because it is clear, it is easy to read, and there is not a lot of option, and it's not bulky at all. When you start playing game, you can just decide like, I want to go to this level, just click the button and you'll reach to the level. And the next second picture is again of a UI, but it is a bad UI example. Because when a player want to play a game, or they join to play your game, so they want to play the game, not to get engaged in your options. There is a lot of option and it look messy. And they will lose interest very quickly because they will feel like there are so many options, I have to read everything. It's not interesting. I came here to play, so I want to play the game, not look into your UI. Okay, so we should try to make UI. It's like, actually UI is like user interface, so we should make it according to the user, what they expect, what they feel while playing the game. So definitely they will feel to play the game instead of looking into your UI or to find out like what this button does and what other button does. Okay, so it is important to make less buttons and make them not bulky on the screen. Even if you have to make some buttons, you can hide them. You can give opportunity to user to press the button and see all other options. This is what you can do if you have to, because if you kept everything on your screen, people can't see like what is going on in the game, and it's not good. Okay, so now we came to the topic called development. In the development, there will be again sections. So recently we study about the UI design. Okay, so now UI development. UI development means again the programming for the UI. So what we do in the UI design, we created the button Okay, in the UI design, we decided that this is how my button should look, and this is where it should be, okay, placed in the game. Okay, now what UI development will do? Here we will decide like, okay, this play button is for play. So I have to create a function, okay, by which, I have a function which makes this player move. Okay, so now what I have to do in the UI development, I have to connect this button to this function. Whenever I press this button, this function should call so that this player can move. Accordingly, I have to decide like whenever game starts, this 30-second clock should start, and whenever the time overs, game should stop. I have to call the function which stop the games. Okay, so it's like UI development means connecting these buttons to their respective functions to perform the task. Okay, now the gameplay. Gameplay, I hope you all know. Still, I will let you know that gameplay is like making a function to perform the task done by this player. For example, I want this this player to move using this button. So I will create a function which will say that, okay, now player should move. So whenever a person will play this button, this function is called and this player will move. So that is gameplay. Or I have to create like, if I press the button, a gun should be activated, okay, or I need to shoot. So these all are gameplay, where you will decide like what should be done, and like in a game you will decide like player should move from here to there, and now to move the player you need to write the program. That is gameplay development. Okay, now we'll move to the backend. What is backend? Backend is similar to like a software backend, and wherever you use backend, it's simple, where you have a database and you want to send and receive the request from the database is backend. And mostly we use backend in like if you take example of multiplayer game. Now what we want, I have a multiplayer game. Me and my friend are sitting apart from each other, like in our houses, different houses, and we want to play a game together. Like you would have played PUBG, I guess. Then there, I can see everyone moving in the game. Everyone is a different player, and I can see everyone moving in the game. So how I can see that? Whatever my data or my location is updating to the server, and other people are like getting that request, and they can see they are getting my data, and they can see my location. Okay, similarly I can see their location. So like we use backend in all other things like website or software. We use backend in the game as well. Okay, so yeah, this is all about the division of game design and development, and these all things are required to complete the game. So we will have opportunities in the game industries like animator, artist, and designer, developer, everything. But if you are working on a small scale or you are making your own game, you can do all these things because it's a small game. But when you are making a game like PUBG, you need a specialized like everyone who is specialized in their field to work on it, because not a single person can do all the things. Okay, so yeah, just a second. Okay, so now we will start a demo session, okay, where we will create a game now. So in this, we will use Unity in game engine. Okay, Unity is a cross-platform game engine developed by Unity Technologies. It is cross-platform because when we create a game in Unity, we can use the game on different platforms like mobile and PC and TV, or in the PlayStations, anywhere we can use. Okay. So Unity is a software to develop the game and the engine to run the game. It means like if you would have used the Android Studio to make a game, or you can imagine you have to use Android Studio to run the application. So in that Android Studio, what you have to do, you create the game or you create the app, and to run or test the app, whether you need like Android virtual device or you use your own device to run that. But it's not the case in Unity. Unity has its engine as well. So you can create the game in Unity and run within the Unity without, you don't need like external devices to run the game or test your game in Unity. So let's move to the Unity. Now we can install our Unity using from the website directly. So now we have two options, whether you can use the Unity Direct or you can use the Unity Hub. I will tell you why I use Unity Hub. Okay, this is my Unity Hub. Okay. I can find my projects over here, all my projects, whether it is in any of the version. We have opportunity to learn from this tutorials in the projects Unity providers for free. We have community added with the Unity Hub, as well as here we can install our Unity. Unity Hub is like a parent to all the Unities. Now you can install any version of Unity and you can find everything at one place. Okay. So now we will start our. Okay, I am not sure if you can see my screen. Can anyone tell me that can you see my Unity right now?
Yes, we can see your Unity.
No, you can. I think you can see only the home, or you can see my.
We can see a browser unity.3d.com.
Okay, okay,
Your
fine.
LinkedIn.
Okay, fine. I got you. I need to change it. Can you help?
What do you want to change?
I want to show my whole screen instead of showing only the browser.
You can stop
Okay.
sharing this and switch the screen. In the share screen, you will get options to share whichever app.
Okay, I'll stop again. I'll start again. Share screen, and I'm gonna share.
On top there is a share screen 1. Then I think it will share everything.
No, share screen 1. Is it? Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, I'll again tell you that this is Unity Hub. Okay.
No, you can't see anything.
You can't see?
No.
It's visible now.
Yeah, now we can see.
It is
Yeah. Okay, fine. Thanks. Okay, this is Unity Hub. I installed it. Means it's already installed in my system. So you can download where I have given you the link. From here, direct you can download. So this is Unity Hub, and here you can find the projects which you will create for yourself. And you have opportunity to learn from projects and tutorial given by Unity for free. And you have community to discuss your problems and etc. And here you can install any version of Unity by just clicking one add button. And here you can find the versions. You just need to select the version, click next, and this is your editor. Is there anyone who's like mic is on? Yeah, thank you. So this is Visual Studio. If you want to install the Visual Studio to write your code, then it is good. Otherwise, there is a default which is called Mono Studio or Mono Behavior. Okay, you can use that. You can just skip it. Okay, now this is Android build support. So if you want to make your application for Android, you need to install your SDK and NDK, and you can just do it by one click. Same for iOS, TV, and like all others. So right now we will use our Visual Studio, as well as we'll make our game for window platform only. Okay, so we just have to do next and next like all other softwares. Okay, so I already have my Unity installed, so I won't install. You can install it easily. So what I have to do now, when you have everything installed, like you have your Unity Hub, you have your Unity installed, you just need to go to project. You need to create a project. Today we are going to learn on 2D, like creating 2D games. So I just have to select the 2D instead of 3D. Write your project name. And just your location and just create. So now your Unity will select soon. I hope you are liking this session. And it was theoretical till now, so probably it was boring, but now we will just create the game. And today we will create a game. Okay, let me tell you what today we are going to create. Remove this mess. So yeah. So if we have the screen, okay, this is our game screen. Just excuse my drawing, please. Oh, so horrible. Okay, if this is our game screen, what we are going to do? We will create some environment that will contain one tree, like half tree, one more tree, and a ground for a player to move around. Okay, then we will create one player is a duck. Sorry, I can't draw the duck right now. So this is, just imagine this is our duck, and there will be a baby duck. Okay, who is hungry? This is our game. Okay, there is a duck who is hungry, like baby duck, and this duck need to go from here to there to find a worm to get a food for her baby. Okay, now during this, she has to face some enemies and she need to defend herself from them. If they hit her, in case if she is here and they hit her, then you will lose the game. It's a game over. Okay, and if she goes there and she'll have to come back and feed her child, then she will get score 1. Okay, this is what we will making today. Okay, thank you. So let's move to our game, Unity. So before starting our creating our game, I will tell you about Unity. It's like UI of Unity. Okay, these are the windows. One hierarchy window, game window, scene window, inspector window, project window, and console. So I believe you all know about the console window, where we can see all the error message and the debug message, everything over here. Warning message as well. So now the project. Now you can see we have 2 folders. One is package and other is asset. As I told you initially, that everything, whatever we create in the game is called asset. Okay, whether it's environment art or environment models or any character or any animation or any script, everything is called asset. So we keep everything inside the asset. In short, whatever we have in the game, we will keep everything in the asset and everything is in the project window. So it's just a project window where you'll keep all the assets and the packages. Okay. So next is hierarchy window. Hierarchy window is where whatever you put in your game, whatever you want to put in your game, you want to use the character, you will drag from here and you'll keep it here. Here you can make a hierarchy, means you want to make object as a child of other, you can do it here in the hierarchy window. Okay. In the scene window, again we can see and we can move our objects. I will show you the example while making the game. Okay. This is a game window where we can see how actually our game will look like when we will run. Okay. So again, this is inspector window where we will add the components to our characters or the objects. Whatever is present here, for example, if we have camera, we have some components, means the transform which has position, rotation, and scale attached to our camera. Okay. Similarly, this is about the camera where we have flags and the background of the camera, etc. And we can add more components over here. So this is an inspector window where we can add the components. And as we already know that we can't just create the game in the Unity. We even can run the game in the Unity test. So these small buttons are for the run for testing our game. Okay, we just have to press the play button, and now this is how currently our game is looking. We just need to click out. Okay, so now we'll start dragging our assets. So I have already created some assets in the game asset folder. I will you just need to select your folder or your files. Okay, just need to select them and drag to the asset folder. They all are here. Okay, so I will tell you all later. Just one more thing. Okay, these characters are images. They are PNG images. Okay, so and they are PNG images, and they are. You can easily drag them, and you can see them in the window. Okay, you can see my one character, but I have this. I created this background in Illustrator, and I exported it as a SVG file. Okay, that's a vector file because I wanted my background to be in vector, but now I can't drag it over here. Why? Because it doesn't support SVG files. Okay, just to make it sure that my Unity will support SVG file, I need to get one package from the package manager. Okay, it's just added to the Unity so that you can use vector files or vector characters or art in your project. What you need to search is you need to search for the vector graphics. Just search vector graphics. I have this vector graphics. You have this vector graphics. Now you can read the vector graphics package provides an SVG importer and runtime vector graphics APIs. Okay, so we just need to install, and when it will get installed, you can see the changes happening here, over here. Yeah, it's taking time. Look, they changed. The icon, they changed. Okay, now you can directly use this background. You can drag it here, and it's visible. Okay, this is how we use our vector files in the Unity. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll remove everything now, and now we'll start creating our game. And by the way, this is our scene. We can rename it by saving like a. Okay, we will save it and we can change its name. This is a scene, or when we create a multi-level scene, multi-level game, we can have multiple scenes in the game. This is also a part of asset. Look, this is over here. This is also a part of asset. Everything in the game is asset. Okay, so first we will start by creating environment by dragging our background of the game. Okay, so this is my background. I dragged here, so you can see this is my background, and this is my game scene. Okay, and this is my camera. I need to make it fit to the screen. My background should fit the screen, okay? So I just need to change its transform to, if I make it larger as 4 times from the X and the 4 times from the Y, or I can try for the 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 will be fine, I guess. Yeah, this is great. Okay, this is the boundary of my file. Okay, now if you would have used any of your 3D software like 3ds Max, Maya, and other, you would know that these are the move tool and rotate tool and the scale tool which we use mostly. This is move tool if you will select your object or object from your hierarchy and you will select this object. You will see this window where you can move in x-axis and the y-axis. Okay. And similarly, you will see for the rotation, again for the scale. Okay, so now we already scale. We can scale through this using this tool, or we can scale directly from the component. So we want to make it sure that it's perfect. So we did with the value from the component. Okay, now we can see over here that this is our camera. You can see the preview. Now, what is the problem? I have some space left over here. So what I can do, I can select my background, I can select the rotate move tool, and I can drag it down to fix. Now it won't look odd. It's like it's touching the ground and everything is perfect. Okay. Back to scene. Yeah. In the game scene, we can only see the things, or we can, when we test, we can play the game using the game scene. But if we have to make any change, we have to do it in the scene window. Sorry, scene window. Yeah. So okay, this is our environment. Now, this is not complete environment which I wanted in my game. So I will add some trees. I will make a create game object. This is an empty object. Okay, I will create this empty object for my trees. So my trees will be at the same place. Oh, sorry, within the parent. Okay, again, I use the tool to drag it over here because I want it to half. Again, one more tree. Same as before. I drag it to the right and it's here. Now, what's the problem? I wanted my trees in front of the cloud as well as in front of the background. What I can do? There is an option. Look, in background, when we have a sprite, if we have a sprite render component, we can change the layer order. Okay, if by default everything is 0, so if we make it -1, it will go at the back. Other things which are 0, they'll be the front. Okay, so now it looks good. We have tree in front of our background. Okay, now we will add our characters. First, we will add our dog. So it's too big. Now what we have to do, I will have to scale it down because it's too big according to our environment. So we will make our dog 0.2, 0.2. So it's small enough. Okay, again we will go to scene and we just need to drag it down and drag it back because I want it to start from here. I can place it or I can change from here the position, but I did from here. You can see when I move in the X direction, you can see the changing in the X. Okay, this is my duck. Again, for the enemy, I want Okay, not for the enemy. Currently, I don't want the enemy. I want, I want this, my worm, which is alive, which I want to pick by my duck. So again, there is a problem. Like tree is in front of my worm. So I can make a worm layer order as 1. So now, because tree was 0, so if I make, my tree was 0, and if I want worm to look in front of my tree, I can make my worm as 1. Simple. Okay, now I'll keep it here. It's look good as I expected. Okay, now I want a baby duck. So what I have to do, I can just drag the duck, or I can copy that and duplicate that. I will just drag the duck and I will rename it. Oh, sorry. I just have to rename it so that I can remember it's a baby duck. Okay, again it's too big. I need to drag it down. I will make it 2.2 and 2.2. So it's equal to your mom, her mommy. So I can make it 2.1. It's little small. That's enough, I guess. Yes. Now we can keep her over here. Okay, so as we planned, we want our baby duck and mommy duck and our environment. What we are missing is these two characters, which are enemies. So now I have my enemy and I will drag them over here. Okay, so this is my enemy. I want, right now I'll place it over here. My first enemy, I want them two of my enemy. Now I will duplicate this over here. I can create one empty object, so I can select these two and drag back to my game object. This is my second enemy and that's my first enemy. Okay, so I kept those enemy over here. Now I want my background, this blue background, to look little bit lighter so my enemy will be visible. So what I can do, whether I can put one more color layer, or not a color layer, one more background layer with the color, light color or a white color, and drag it over here, or as it's just a sky, I can go to camera and I can change the sky color from the camera. Okay, I change it to white. Yeah, I will change it to white. So now everything is visible. Okay, now I have everything, almost everything. Now what we will do, what we want, we have our enemies, we have our duck, we have our worm. Okay, so what we'll do now, we want our duck to move from here to the worm. Okay, so for this we will write our first script. So yeah, I forgot to tell you that we can just right click, create and C# script. Okay, we just click it and we will have a C# script. So first of all, I'll delete this for once, and again I will show you. Right click, create and C# script. Now I will make it clear. This is my player script. You just need to double click it and it will open in my Visual Studio, because I installed Visual Studio while installing my Unity. Okay, otherwise you can directly open it in the mono behavior if you don't want to use the Visual Studio. Okay, so yeah, this is our default script. Now we have start function and update function. One more thing, when we are, as we know that whenever we do the programming, in any other language, we create any function or something, we have a main function which will execute at the starting. like first the main function will execute and then everything else. Okay, but in Unity, if we have any script attached to all these elements or all these assets, then everything will run at the same time. Okay, so that's why we have just start function. From here, our script will start running. So right now we won't use this our start function. We will just use our update function. What update function will do? Start function will execute when it is like when our program or we play the start button. When our game starts, our start function will run. But every time after that, every time update function will run and update accordingly. Okay? So to move this duck, what we have to do, we have to write an update function. What we want that if we press a button, the keyboard right button, then we want our duck to move in the right direction. So we can write like if input is given as like get key, that is right. Okay. So what we want to be done is transform dot translate. I will tell you what is this. And this is like first I'll tell you what transform and translate. Transform and translate means this is transform. Okay, this component. Here we are saying use the component transform, this one, and use the translate. Translate means changing the position. Okay, we want to select the component transform and the translate, and then we want to change the x, y, and z direction, which is it's like a position that is 0.5 I will do for x because we want it to move in the x direction, and 0 for the y, and again 0 for the z. Here we use f for the float because when we change the position, it is not we are using float number like 0.5. That's why we are putting float, because if it is integer, it should calculate in the float. Okay, so if we'll do this, and we have to save by Control S, and it should run. Okay. Yeah, now I'll write that down. Look, now my game is running and I have to play I'm pressing the key, but it's not working. Why? Okay, I'll tell you why. First, I'll close this. Actually, we created the correct script, but this player don't know whose transform and translate I have to use because the script is not attached to the duck. Okay, now we attached it to the duck. Whether we can drag the script and put on the element or the character, or we can just add component and write the script name player, and we can find it here and press the enter, and that's done. Okay, so we have the script now. Now we'll again press the button to test. Now it's so fast, it's gone. Look, it's so fast. Okay, so our script is working, but it's too fast. What we can do, we can just change the value over here. We can make it 1. Now it's working, correct. Now what we wanted our duck to move from here, from here to there, and get this and come back. So now right now it's moving in the right direction, but not in the left direction if I press the left button. So what we can do, we can just make a change in our script. If If we press the key that is right, it should move in the right direction. And we can copy it. We can say if the key pressed is left, it should move in the left direction. So we can write it as left. And if 0.1 frame, 0.1 f is the right direction, then minus should be the left direction. Okay, we will save it and now we will run. Now I want my duck to come back. So if I press 1, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Now I want to press left, it's coming, coming, coming. But there's a problem. It is not coming like normally. Okay, why? Because its face is in the one direction only. We want it to get flipped when we press the left button. So here we need to put the condition again in our script. So again, we will go to the script, and what we have to do is we will make a flag. That is, if we'll call a function. Okay, sorry, I created one function flip, and I said if it is right. Okay. Now it's showing error because there is no function, existing function. But okay, I will create this function in a moment. So yeah. So now we will create the function. Okay, so we will create the function. Yeah, we just created the function. Yeah. I can say direction. I am passing the direction and the flip function. So this function will have me passing the direction right or left. So in the function, what we will write? We will write like, we'll create a variable that is like the scale. Okay. And we'll say the transform should take local scale. What is local scale? Local scale is the local position for the element attached to the script. Okay, right now the element is our duck. So we will take the transform location of the duck and we'll save in the scale, and then we'll check if direction which we passed here in the string, the direction equals to right. If we'll check the right direction, if we have the right direction, we will do the scale dot x, okay, equals to minus 0.2. Why this is so? Because the size of a duck is 0.2. Okay. Similarly, if we want to check for the left, we will check else. If it is not in the right, definitely it will be like left. So yes, if it is in, sorry, let's check like this. So yeah, now we said like if it is in right, if the direction which we pressed or we passed, if it is the right, so keep it in the right, otherwise keep it in the left. Okay? Now it should move or it should flip whenever we click the right or left button. So yeah, it's going. Oh, it's still not working. There is something we are missing. Yes, what we are missing is we created this, but we didn't set to the local scale. We need to set it back to the local scale. Sorry. The scale value should be send back to the local scale. Okay, I will run it again, and we can see this is going. Yeah, this is flipped. It's flipped and it's coming back. Yes, we did it. But now the problem is it's going too far, right? It's going so far. Okay, now we need to fix this. Now I will tell you some components, what we have to add with our characters or our assets. Now we have one thing called colliders. Okay, here we'll use a circle box collider, correctly? Okay, a box collider. This will help our duck to find the collision point. Okay. Now our duck is attached to the collider. Here we can fix the size. This is the size. We'll take the size for our duck. Okay, here we have the size, we have the radius and the offset. Offset is like we can change like this. Offset is like we can move the position. So we don't need to move the position currently. We have this. Okay, now what we want our duck to take all the physics, accept all the physics. So to make it accept all the physics, we can add the rigid body component. I don't think we need it right now, but we will try later. Okay, and now what we want our duck to reach to the this worm and to get the worm. So to get the worm, what we want worm should also have component that is collider. Okay. It's attached. Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah, this is the worm collider. Okay, now I can again change the size and I can set the offset to fix the worm. Okay, now worm also having the collider and the duck also having the collider. Now to check that whether duck is colliding with the worm or not, we can write one more function that is called collision. Okay, now we'll write a function that's on collision. Enter. Okay, this is our function. In this, here we'll pass who's colliding with. Means here we'll pass a collision. Okay. Now, if I want to check that whether duck is, because this script is attached to our duck, so whoever collide with the duck will go to the other. Okay. Now, if I'll check, or we'll go to the collision. If collision means this collision dot game object collision dot game object dot tag. We need to make the tags. We will find our project players with the tags, or our character with the tags. Okay, if it's a character or it's a tag, a worm, then what we should do? We should make alive. We have given our worm as a name is alive worm dot set active as a function to make object active or deactive. Okay, now what is the problem? We don't have a live object, a live worm. Okay, so what we'll do, we will create public game object that is a live one. Okay, we just created one game object. Now it's working. So, okay. So now, okay, what we'll do, we will write here a debug function just to check whether it's working or not. We will log, okay, fine. Now our product is going and it hit the worm. Okay, it is hitting the worm, but it's not working. Okay, it's passing through it. So let's try by adding one more rigid body. As we said, rigid body activates all the physics in the game. Okay, so what we can do is right now in our game we are not using any gravity, so we can make it scale gravity. Otherwise, I'll show you what will happen. It will take the gravity and our duck will fall down because there is nothing under the duck. So to avoid this situation, we will just make the gravity 0. Okay, and now if we run, our duck will stay at the same place. And again we will try. It's gone somewhere. Okay, we will fix this. Yeah, why it's not working? It's not working because we said there should be a game object that is live, a live form, and we said make a live form as a false or means deactivated, but we didn't tell him or the script that who is a live form. Okay, because there is our script attached to the duck. There is nothing add to the alive worm. What we have to do, we have to drag this and drop over here. Now the script know alive worm is this object, okay? So again, it should work, but it won't work again. It's good there, it hit, but no, it's not working. It's going somewhere else. Now what's the problem? Look at the script. We said we should find the object with the tag worm, okay? But our alive object have untag, so we need to create the tag first, which is worm. Save the tag, and again find the alive, set it as a worm. Now if we run, it should work. Look, as we hit the worm is disable because we set it to be false when it hit the worm, and the OK print message is here. Okay, so it means our collision is working, and now we can come back. Okay, we came back, but now what we want it to get collide with our duck, like baby duck, so it can give food to her. So similarly, we can put the collision, or we can put the collider on our baby duck as well. Same like worm and the big duck, we can put the collider, the box collider here, and it's so big. Okay, let it be. And for the same, we have to make the function again similar to this. If we have a tag worm, we should do that. If we have a tag that is baby, what we are supposed to do, we will remove this. We will say the next worm should be activated. The next worm should be available. Okay. So we will turn it on, that is like true. Okay, we are running out of time. Really, we don't have time to complete this. Okay, but I will try to complete. I will extend it for more time. I will try to do it fast. Okay. So, okay, we want it to happen, but now what we have to do, again, we have to set the tag for our baby as a baby and save baby duck, untagged. Now it's tagged as a baby. So we went there, we picked the worm and we gave to baby. What we asked for, we asked like if baby ate the worm, old worm should get activated. Okay, again it's there. Now again it can go and pick that. Okay, it's a problem. It's a problem. We can fix them later and come back. It's going somewhere else because we deactivated our gravity. That's because of this. So we can again activate our gravity. So to resolve this problem, we activate our gravity. But now what will happen? This duck will fall down. So to resolve that problem, what we can do? We can make a collider on the ground. So that won't fall under that. So this is our ground. We can create again a box collider under this ground. Now we can set its offset over here. Yeah, somewhere over here. So duck won't go under beyond this. Let's try. Yeah, it's working. Duck is not going under the ground. It's given again. Yeah, it's working. But now the problem is duck went the side somewhere, fall down from the ground. What we can do, we can again put the collider on our trees. So for the safe side, we will put collider, that is a box collider, and we will change its size. We will change it's too small. Okay. Now that duck can't go beyond these trees. She can go till here. Oh, she's still going. I think it's not working. Yeah, now duck won't go beyond this. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Fine. Now what we want? We want, what we can do, we can show that we have one more object that is dead. Yeah. Now when duck is carrying, we can see the duck is carrying something, right? Now we can attach that one more tag, this dead worm to a duck. So what we have to do for that? We want whenever duck hit the our worm, get the worm, it should appear in her mouth. So for that, what we need to do, we need to drag our dad to under the duck. Okay, so it becomes a child. Now we need to place that dead worm with the duck. Again, we can see worm is in the back side. Okay, to fix that, what we will do? Again, we will change the layer to 1. It's appearing. Okay, now it's too big in the size. We can reduce its size to 1 and fix it somewhere here. So it should look like she's holding the worm. Yeah, it looked perfect. Now, what we'll do, we will, for the initial, we will deactivate it by unclicking this. Okay, now we can't see this. Okay, so what we want, whenever duck will hit the worm, the dead one will get activated. So similar to this, we will create dead worm is activated. Okay, and when the baby will get the dead worm. That worm again will get deactivated. Okay. Similarly, we have to create this dead worm as game object. And what we did last time, we connected the dead worm. We told the our script, the script should know who's the dead worm. So we told the script that this is the dead worm. Okay. So yeah, let's run. Now that is moving. Can we see the dead worm? Yeah, we can see the dead worm. It's so small, we can't see, but yeah, it's there. The dead worm is there. And as we hit, dead worm is gone. Okay, so we did it. We made it whatever we wanted. Cool. So what is next? Now what we have to do, we have two things to do. One, we can make, yeah, we are running out of time, so I will remove one of the enemies. Okay, I will just make them one enemy because both are similar. If you can make one enemy, you can make the other one as well. So we remove the one enemy. We will just keep the one enemy. Okay. Before doing the enemy, I just wanted to know, I want to tell you that how to calculate the score and how to display the score. Okay. What we have to do now, create, to calculate the score, we need the integer score. That should be 0 because initial score is 0. Okay. And to show the score, we will use UI, that is text. Okay. Inside the UI, we will see the text. So this is our UI. Okay. Here it is text. And this is our game scene. So in the text, what we will change? We will change to score. Okay. And now I want it to be here. So we will place it. We will change to 100. No, 200. Yeah, it's okay. And width and height should be 100. So we can see it properly. It's too big. I hope it's fine. Okay. And minus 10. Minus 50. Cool. The score is here. And another we want, let me get, to display the score. Whatever we will calculate. Okay. So this time we will remove this score and we will keep it in like plus 50. If you can see where it is, it's here. Okay, it will be here. So initially we will write 0. Now what we have a canvas, we have a text, and in the text, okay, our text should be in the center and this should be in the center. It looks perfect. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate score over here and display this score. So it will reflect over here. So we created the score and now what we want, we have a text over there in the UI. So we'll create a public text. Okay, just text and score text. Not showing problem. Why? Because we don't have the package for this. So its package is using Unity engine.ui. UI package. Okay, now it's perfect. We created this. Now what next? What we have to do, we need to calculate the score first. So what we want whenever the duck goes from here get the worm and give back to the duck, baby duck, then only it should calculate score 1. Okay. So for this, we want we'll create a flag. Okay. What we'll do, we'll create a flag. When we create a flag, whenever we'll remove this, whenever our duck hit the worm, okay, we will activate a flag. We will set a flag true. Okay, first I have to display it here because we didn't have this. Name, flag. Okay, I'll create flag. Then I'll set the flag to true. It means we set that duck already took the worm. Okay. Now when duck took the worm, now we have to check if flag equals to true. If our flag is true, then flag should be set as a we can add the score plus plus, means we can change the value from 0 to +1 and we can set the flag as false. Okay, so what we'll do, if so we can calculate the score now, but to display the score on our game screen, where is my canvas gone? Okay, it's gone. I have to create again. I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, I created the canvas and by mistake I deleted the canvas. So make sure you will save your file. I didn't save the last time and it's gone. So yeah, again I have to set up. It's text over here, that's score. And again a duplicate. That is score text. Okay, that will be our 000 and it should be at 0. It should be at 0. 200 and 200. I'm just setting size for this and making it 30. Again, score should be 0, should be 200 and again 30. So position I will take like minus 30, sorry, plus 50. That's 50. And for this, minus 50. And minus 30. Plus 30. Or probably more. Yeah, I will take it like 100. Yeah, fine. This is fine. We have this. Now what we have to do? We want our score, the score, to display over here. Okay. So for this, we can display it like this. We need to write something. Like we need to update score every time. So what we will do, we have this score text. Okay, so we'll write score text dot text because it's a text equals to score is whatever we calculated to string. Change it to string because in text we can only display the string. And now we have to set this in our screen. Okay, we said that this score should display over here. Now, set here this, we need to connect it with the script. So here is duck. This is our script. Now, what is score text? Where it should send the score? It should send the score over here. Okay. Now we'll check it. It shows 0. Now it's gone. It came back. It's 1. Yay, the game is working. It's 2. Yeah, it's nice. I hope you like it. Now, I hope we can extend a little bit. I just want to tell some small things. Okay, so we will try to be fast as possible. Now, what we want, we have these 2 enemies. After I save my game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, to save, I need to exit from the game mode. Now I save this, so everything is saved. I will remove one enemy. I will just use one of my enemy. And I will put my enemy a little bit over here. Okay, so it won't cross it. Now what I have to do, I want my enemy to move from here and there. And this I will use, this I'll do by using animation. Okay, so what we have to do to put animation on anything, on our objects, we have to select this, our object, we have to go to window and the animation and the create animation. By using, we have this window, we will click on the create, it will ask to save our animation, we will say anime, we can save inside the asset, anime, animation. Okay, now it wants you to add the properties. You can animate using sprites, you can animate using position, rotation and scale. And I want it to get animate using position, so I will select the position. Initially, you can see all the position X, Y and Z, and initially it will take the position whatever you have right now. Okay, so what I want my character to move. This is the end position. Okay, I want it to move for 3 seconds, and within that 3 seconds, okay, not 3 seconds, 2 seconds, within that 2 seconds, at position 1, at the second one, I want my this enemy to move from here to here, so it is easy for him to hit the duck. So we just need to click here and add the keys, key will be added. So if we have to test, we can play this button. This is how it is animating. Okay, yeah, this is fine. And we can now delete. Now when we will play, we'll start the play button, it will move like this. So right now, nothing is happening, it's just moving. And sorry, it has some problem. Okay, yeah, it's working. It's so fast, that's why it's having problem. But enemy is not doing anything because we have not allowed him to do except the animation. So what we have to do now, we have to activate collider to the enemy as well. So this is enemy, this is its components. We'll add the collider. Sorry. Actually, we can add this polygon collider to our enemy, and yes, what we can do, we can, using this edit collider button, we can edit the colliders or their edges. Okay, we will make something like this. Okay, this is our collider now. I can save. Okay, now what we want whenever this, our enemy will hit the duck, then duck should die and the game should over. Okay, for this, again we need one more collision. Here we collision. Okay, this is not gonna take longer than 10 minutes. So Yeah, thank you for waiting for more 10 minutes. We created enemy. Now what we don't want all this. We want our game object, means our player to die. Okay, this time we want to kill our player. So what we'll say? We'll say as this our script is attached to the player, so we can call it as this game object. Okay, our script is attached to the duck, so this means the duck. Duck, we'll make it false. Okay, so duck will be invisible or will get deactivated. And what we don't want all this. We want our one game over object to be set activated. That is true. Okay, so what we are missing over here, we are missing our game object. So what we can make our game object. Okay, so here we will make our game object, that is game over. But we don't have anything to show the game over or to activate, right? So we'll make one text that says 200 and 100. That will say game over. I hope you can see over here. Yeah. And we'll set it 30. It's game over. We can make it align. We can change its color as game over is always. Okay. And even we can, if we want, we can make 300 and we can make it 50. Yeah, it is working. We can change its font, style. Okay, we'll make it bold. So this is how, okay, so as we did for everything else, we will change its name so we know what is this. So so now the duck, we have the script attached to the duck. Now we have to tell what is game over, which the game need to activate or deactivate. So again, this is the game over, it's here. So by default, our game over should be deactivated. Whenever our enemy will hit the player, it should activate. So if we'll stand it here, oh, it's not working. Why it's not working? We have to check why it's not working. Yeah, it's not working because we said check the tag enemy, but our enemy don't have any tags. So again, for enemy, we have to create the tag, that is enemy tag, and save it back to enemy, ask for the tag. Okay. Now, I hope it will work. Yeah, look, it's done. Yeah, this is what we did today. So we completed our game. We can make so many changes in the game according to our requirement. This is what the basic Unity function is. This is how Unity works. Okay, so it's 10 minutes more than the expected time. So thank you for the patience. And as I promised, I will tell you I have to tell you about something. That is, I told you I am starting one small game company it's about educational games, and that is digit-based. So we decided to offer something that is, we will be happy if students from GirlScript would like to work and learn game designing or development. If they don't have previous knowledge about the game design or animation or game design and development, you can join with us. You can register with us on this address, or I will share in the chat. You can register with us and you can learn game design and development according to your choice while working on our live projects. And in return, we will teach you and we will guide you in your interest area, as well as you will get credit for your contribution in the game. So you can share those things with the recruiters as your portfolio. So you can show them that you worked on some live project with the team, and this is what it is, and you will get credit for that, whatever you will do. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you, GirlScript, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.